Hi there, my name is Antonio Conrado. I'm going ahead and be speaking on in regards to the topic of the United States federal government should pass the freedom dividend, issuing a monthly check of $1,000 for every American over the age of 18, regardless of income or employment status. Funding for the plan will come through a value-added tax and or normal means. The first contention harms I wanted to be speaking about is through homelessness. Over 600,000 people in the United States are homeless. With having over 600,000 people, that is quite a large population. According to Consumers for Quality, 2/3 of the homeless people can't afford to pay their medical bills. With having a $1,000 monthly stipend, they would be able to afford to pay their medical bills. The second problem would be people are not being able to afford to purchase healthier versions of food. With typically speaking, people being able to go into grocery stores aren't able to purchase the groceries that they need, so they result to eating at McDonald's, Burger King, just because the pricing for those foods are a lot cheaper. So by giving them a monthly stipend as well, that they're able to afford those healthier foods. With giving them the ability to afford to purchase healthier foods, they would be able to afford. We would be able to lower the obesity problem here in the United States. The United States is considered to be the 10th most obese country in the world. So there's something that could definitely help put us in the right steps towards lowering the obesity problem. Then another problem that could help that is kind of formulating is debt. Around 77% of Americans have some form of debt, as well as the average American has around $66,000 worth of debt. So with having $1,000 monthly stipend, this can definitely help them pay their monthly payments, and which would help benefit them in the long run, so that credit scores aren't being lowered, to which will ultimately would lead to people being able to which would ultimately lead to people becoming homeless because they would be able to afford to pay their own bills / rent and whatever else. The second thing is contention number 2, in inherency. Many individuals believe that since that they're paying taxes, because that's exactly how this would be paid through, then they are basically giving away their money to people who are undeserving of this money. For example, some individuals may believe that homeless people or individuals who are just living off welfare are undeserving of it since they are unemployed, which is true. But they would also be benefiting from this $1,000 monthly stipend as well, because of the fact that they would also be receiving the checks. Contention number 3, the plan. The plan is funding the plan come through a true value added tax and other normal means. The enforcement would be done through the Department of Treasury. Funding, it will cost money by having to add a tax to every individual's new paycheck, so forth. So, for example, like when Medi-Cal was added to added to California, everyone paid a monthly Medi-Cal bill. Contention number 3, solvency. This monthly, I'm just going to go ahead and review everything that was stated previously. With this $1,000 monthly check, this will help with the homeless population, because it would allow them to be able to put security deposits down on affordable income housing locations. Some places only ask that for $500 down for them to be able to move in. For example, the apartment that I'm living in, we only had to pay $500 down, which is great because it allows less people to get off the streets. It allows people to get off the streets and into actual homes instead of living under bridges and so forth. It could also help people pay their own medical bills. That's a huge problem that a lot of Americans deal with today. And people who, for example, need to have surgeries and so forth, but they can't afford it because after the surgery, they're out for a couple months. But if they're able to receive a monthly check, it can definitely help pay towards that bill. It will allow people to afford to, purchase healthier foods. Again, as stated previously, the U.S. is ranked number 10 on the most obese countries in the world. This would definitely something that can help us lower. This is something that can help us get off that top 10 list. And it might not fully solve the obesity problem, but it could definitely help us take the right footsteps towards solving that problem. And then also it'll help, again, lower people in their debt. With the average American having $66,000 worth of debt, the monthly stimulus will allow people to make their payments on time and make sure that their credit scores aren't lowering and so forth. Thank you. We don't have any other questions or concerns with this topic, and we believe that our topic is so forth are going to be benefiting the average American in the end.